300 people don't simply vanish. Not from a secured plantation. Not on the morning of Christmas. Not without any noise. Yet that's precisely what occurred on December 25, 1859, at Belmont Estate located in South Carolina. As the overseer came at first light to release the locks on the quarters, he discovered the doors still fastened from the outside, exactly as he had secured them the previous evening. The chains that had restrained the enslaved laborers were lying coiled upon the earth, resembling skin that had been cast off. The tools for work were positioned in flawless lines. The fires for cooking continued to glow faintly, yet not a single individual remained. No traces of feet marked the frosted ground leading away. No vessels were absent from the dock by the river. The bloodhounds summoned from nearby estates paced around the vacant quarters and then settled down, bewildered, as though the trail abruptly ceased. The owner of the plantation, Thomas Vance, posted a reward equal to roughly $500,000 by modern standards. Publications throughout the South printed detailed accounts of the missing. Catchers of fugitives searched across 3 states for many months. Not one person was ever located, nor a single corpse, nor any witness, nor a clue that truly fit. What emerged in the following weeks, however, sparked inquiries that officials sought urgently to suppress, inquiries regarding what had truly occurred at Belmont Estate during the months leading up to that Christmas dawn. If mysteries that history attempted to erase capture your interest, be sure to subscribe to our channel. We delve into tales intended to remain hidden. And this particular one plunges deeper than anybody anticipated. Before proceeding with the tale of Belmont Estate and the 300 lives that disappeared without leaving a trace, drop a comment telling us which state or city you're viewing from. We'd love to learn where our group of mystery enthusiasts is tuning in. To grasp what unfolded that Christmas, it's essential to know what Belmont Estate represented and how it had evolved in the year prior to the shift. For the vanishing didn't occur in isolation. It marked the peak of months filled with meticulous preparation, profound desperation, and elements far darker than imaginable. Belmont Estate covered 1,100 acres beside the Combahee River, roughly 40 miles southwest of Charleston. Though not the biggest in the Lowcountry, it ranked among the most lucrative. Rice formed the foundation of wealth in South Carolina, and Thomas Vance had taken over one of the state's premier rice operations upon his father's passing in 1855. The property had belonged to the Vance lineage across 3 generations. Thomas's grandfather, William Vance, acquired the land in 1798 from a family of British loyalists departing after the Revolution. He established the initial rice fields, drawing on expertise from enslaved Africans familiar with the intricate irrigation needed for the crop. When Thomas took possession, Belmont generated close to $40,000 yearly from rice, a vast fortune that ranked the Vances with the area's elite. The primary residence was a grand white columned building visible from the river, crafted to awe guests arriving via water. It featured 12 rooms, among them a library stocked by Thomas's father with volumes on farming, philosophy, and ancient texts. Furnishings came from Europe. Silver pieces displayed the family emblem. Every aspect of the home aimed to convey enduring success, wealth, and dignity. Beyond the main residence lay the rice fields, expansive, precise grids divided by canals and embankments that managed river water flow. From afar, the fields appeared neat, even lovely in their symmetry, but close up, they proved merciless. Growing rice demanded laborers stand in flooded areas for hours, often waist-deep, vulnerable to illnesses, serpents, and the oppressive summer heat of South Carolina. Malaria struck often. Mishaps happened regularly. The labor ravaged bodies. The living area for the enslaved formed a distinct section about a quarter mile from the main house, placed so residents there couldn't overhear daily sounds from the quarters, the cries of children, songs in the evening, disputes, sorrow. 32 cabins stood in 4 orderly rows. Each sheltered 8 to 12 individuals. The buildings were basic, wooden frames with spaces between planks, earthen floors, one fireplace serving for warmth and meals. In summertime, they turned into stifling traps. In winter, they offered scant protection. A shared cooking space existed, with large iron kettles for food preparation, plus a modest infirmary, merely another cabin holding basic remedies, and encircling everything, a fence. It wasn't tall or especially sturdy, yet it marked a limit, defining the bounds of permitted existence. By 1859, 307 enslaved individuals resided at Belmont Estate. The eldest was Dina, thought to be around 80, though exact ages were unknown since early birth records for the enslaved weren't maintained. The youngest included babies born into captivity, their paths already set. The group encompassed skilled artisans, carpenters, blacksmiths, seamstresses, cooks, midwives. Field hands understood rice cycles better than overseers. Domestic servants glided through the big house unseen yet observant, aware of all while silent. Dozens of children existed too, from babies to teens. They labored once able, with small ones fetching water and older ones learning skills or joining field crews. True childhood scarcely existed. Thomas Vance was 31 at the time of the vanishing. He inherited at 27 following his father's sudden stroke and death. Educated at the College of Charleston in literature and philosophy, he later mastered practical plantation operations back home. Contemporary records describe him as ordinary, not exceptionally harsh by era's norms, yet far from compassionate. He viewed the estate as machinery and its people as parts within it. He tracked productivity meticulously, weighing costs of sustenance and attire against yields, deciding by profit. He seldom entered the quarters, delegating routine oversight to William Trent, employed there 15 years. Trent proved efficient, systematic, completely unconcerned with those he managed humanity. He upheld regulations, enforced order, met quotas, nothing beyond. For years, Belmont's rhythm followed seasonal cycles predictably. Spring planting, summer tending, autumn harvesting, winter repairs. Sundays granted short respite for personal gardens, clothing repairs, or rest. Christmas allowed 1 or 2 lighter days, a custom most owners followed partly from tradition and partly to avert major uprisings via minor allowances. But change arrived in March 1859. Thomas Vance attended an agricultural society gathering in Charleston, where owners exchanged insights on yields, markets, labor control. 3 days later, he returned accompanied by Dr. Silas Croton. Croton wasn't a physician despite the title. He possessed a natural philosophy degree from a supposed Pennsylvania institution, though probes later uncovered discrepancies. Aged 43, tall, slender, with darkening hair at temples and eyes that seemed to inventory all observed. Years traveling Caribbean and South America studied what he termed labor optimization. He examined Cuban sugar estates, Brazilian coffee farms, Peruvian mines, recording responses to varied techniques, formulating ideas on behavior, drive, dominance. His proposal captivated Thomas Vance. Croton asserted he could boost output 40% in a year sans extra laborers or acreage. His approach was scientific, rooted in observation and researched principles. He required only access to the enslaved and latitude to apply his methods. Vance, ever profit-driven, consented promptly, providing Croton lodging in the main house and substantial payment upon success. Croton brought 3 hefty trunks of apparatus. His first week involved watching, fields, work, notes in a constant leather journal. He conversed solely with Vance and Trent, merely observed. Then he sought a dedicated space. Vance allocated an outbuilding once for storage, 30 by 20 feet, wooden floor, solid walls, few small windows. Croton shrouded windows in thick fabric, added heavy locks like Charleston's warehouses. He furnished it, desk, chairs, shelving. Unpacked gear, brass devices with dials/gauges, varied glass vessels, leather restraints on frames, notebooks/pens, oddly bright lamps. Glances inside during brief door openings revealed unfamiliar items to workers, wall diagrams, numerical/symbolic charts, tools akin to medical or mechanical. Soon after, in late March, Croton started assessments. First batch, Monday morning, 5 individuals, 3 men, 2 women, field hands aged 20s to 30s. Trent led them to the building, departed. They returned after 6 hours, quiet, subdued unusually. Queries yielded vague replies. He took measurements, one man noted, asked questions, a woman said. That was all. Weeks later, all at Belmont underwent this. Croton processed groups of 5-6 methodically. Sessions ranged 4 to 8 hours. Details later pieced from survivor accounts and Croton's recovered notes evoked speculation and dread. Measurements exhaustive, height/weight/arm span/hand size/chest. Reach distance, lift capacity, standing duration sans rest. Task timing, object handling, room traversal, command response. Questions endless, family, youth, fears/dreams, anger/sadness triggers, obedience causes. Relations with peers/overseers/Vances. Everything noted in precise script, individual files thick with data. Then tests, scenarios posed for reactions, object identifications, seemingly meaningless tasks, pattern arranging, number sequencing, prolonged awkward postures, observing responses. Some deemed assessments boring, others profoundly disturbing. Croton's gaze, piercing through, notebook scribbling, engendered deep discomfort. Assessments were merely start. Post-observations, Croton launched his system. Schedules reorganized, assignments shifted per his opaque criteria. Field to maintenance, domestic to fields, seemingly random, yet data-driven per profiles. Rations varied, more for high value, less for others, subtle initially, fostering new hierarchy. Quotas timed strictly, failures triggered, corrective interventions. Treatments commenced May, 2 months post-arrival. Signs of diminished efficiency, illness/fatigue/slowness, led to building sessions. Longer, sometimes full day, returnees altered subtly. Marcus, once chatty/joyful field hand, post-treatment silent/focused, worked relentlessly, sleepless nights staring blankly per wife. Lily, fever recovering, returned robotic, task-obsessed till halted. Benjamin gained hand tremor post-session, persistent, uncomplained, expression blank. By summer, whispers spread fear in quarters. Croton's structure dubbed, correction house, spoken softly. Parents urged diligence to avoid notice. Yet diligence insufficient, selections broadened, questioners, close-bond formers, certain song/story sharers. As if eradicating some trait deemed troublesome. Deaths began early July. Henry, 32, lifelong strong field worker, wife Clara, 3 kids. Late June selection sans clear cause. Emerged 2 days later changed, mute, unneeding, wall staring, flinched from touch. Worked frenziedly, unresponsive. Collapsed after 4 days, died overnight sightless. Listed fever, false, something inflicted. 3 more deaths soon, all post-treatment, similar, withdrawal/mechanical/no sustenance/rest, collapse. Croton unmoved, incompatibles inevitable, gains outweighed losses. Vance, seeing rising yields, accepted. Quarters terrorized, danger known, refusal impossible. August, Ruth, 24 kitchen servant, fled pre-scheduled treatment. Midnight northbound, nothing taken. Caught dawn 6 miles out by dogs. Public brutal whipping before all, escape deterrent, Vance rare involvement. Then to Croton 4, behavioral correction, 3 days. Emerged functional yet mute forever, eyes vacant, shell of former singer/storyteller/dreamer. Ruth's case shifted fear to terror, birthing rage beneath. Yet rage insufficient, generations taught rebellion suicidal, system crushed it via laws/weapons/dogs/neighbor aid. Action demanded cunning, secrecy, undetectable planning, even from Croton's scrutiny. If disturbed like us, like and comment thoughts on Croton's building activities. Next reveals Croton, believing control total, overlooked key development. While experimenting, assuming will shattered/preventing unity, Belmont's people organized, unanticipated. Organization started unlikely, among children. Children less threatened, less watched, messengers traversing spaces adults couldn't, water delivery, errands, play in overlooked spots, observing all. Post-Croton, children gathered briefly timed/placed, woodshed dusk, defunct well, shadowed cabin gaps, singing repeated innocuous yet coded songs from ancestors, rivers/stars/journeys, maps/instructions melodic. One recorded nearby, when master sleeps, river runs, follow drinking gourd to promised sun. Gourd, Big Dipper code northbound. Phrases, timing cues. Children relayed innocently, song near workers, overheard, phrase coded. Adults listened. Planning initiated April, post-assessments, by Samuel, 41, 23-year carpenter. Skills granted movement freedom, repairs across areas sans suspicion, access unique. April repair storage, noticed Croton building root cellar, hollow tap, hidden trapdoor overgrown. Night return, picked lock, large dirt floor stone-walled old storage. Gap bottom wall, cool air, tunnel, ancient drainage, replaced years prior, mostly sealed/forgotten. This viable, 4 feet high, 3 feet wide, timber shored, rotting yet holding, riverward. Explored limited, light scarce, return needed. But escape path found. Week later confided wife Rachel, trusted Daniel/Joseph, strong/smart field men, families protect. Plan, clear/repair tunnel debris/collapses, shore weaknesses, confirm river passable, all secret, under Croton's building ironically. Audacious/risky, feasible. Samuel mastered building lock quickly. Night works, tiny groups less than or equal to 3-4, post-dark entry, cellar access, hours blind clearing/shoring stolen timber. Cramped/airless/collapse fearful, discovery risk constant. Yet progressed, June, 100+ yards cleared, total 200 YD to wooded river exit, overgrown/rotted cover workable. Route secured, challenge, 300 through narrow single night undetected. Complex coordination, timing critical, relaxed security, distraction, max discovery delay. Christmas ideal, annual rest, overseers off, house festivities, lowest guard. Issues, nightly external cabin locks, select individuals chained, keys Trent/Vance only. Solutions needed, 300 coordinated silently/rapidly, men/women/children/elderly/sick, few at time tunnel. Summer/fall consumed planning. Conspiracy expanded selectively, absolute trust only, aware betrayal fatal all. Signals, songs/phrases contextual instructions. Children prime couriers, innocent movement. Stockpiled hidden tunnel, ration bits food, containers/blankets journey needs. Underground railroad contact, riskiest. Network reached SC, secretive. Via trusted free black Combahee ferryman, chain intermediaries. December, plan set. Christmas Eve, house/overseers distracted, movement start. Timed groups avoid jam, strong first clear/help, families united, assisted vulnerable. River emerge, waiting boats network arranged, downstream coast, ship North Philadelphia freedom. Impossible, timing/coordination/luck perfect. Sole option. 2 weeks pre-Christmas, Croton uncovered plan, threatening all. December 10th, late work notes/reports, yields excellent, system succeeding, Vance pleased. Noted oddities, energized despite exhaustion expected, coordination signs versus isolation predicted, behavior mismatches. Patterns sacred to Croton, human predictable/controllable. Anomalies investigated. Night filing, faint below scraping. Listened, repeated from cellar. Lamp descent, trapdoor fresh lock scratches. Opened, tunnel, recent use evidence, prints/disturbance/sweat scent. Escape underground his workspace. Should alert Vance/Trent, seal/punish. Instead, opportunity, ultimate system test. Duress binary, action/submission reveal conditioning limits. Success, attempt self fails. Failure, weaknesses data invaluable. Let proceed, controlled observation. Prepared fortnight, hired silent Charleston muscle, 2, prevent escape, paid well. Mapped tunnel, weak points ID'd, positioned rope/tools/weapons. Waited, Vance/Trent uninformed, his experiment variables controlled. Error critical, assumed instinct/desperation driven, crude/disruptible plan. Wrong, 8-month meticulous, contingencies, unity Croton theories ignored. Christmas Eve sunset Combahee, quarters final routines normal, meals/children/songs. Observer, ordinary. Underneath, signals/instructions, silent farewells places/graves/lives built captivity. Main house, Vance hosted neighbor owners/wives Christmas Eve dinner, candlelit laden table, wine abundant, high spirits profitable year Croton success. Overseer house, Trent wife whiskey, rare off day ahead, self-locked quarters secure. Croton building, dark cellar wait unlit lamp, muscle beside, pistol/notebook ready observe. Quarters fading light, Samuel picked cabin lock. Escape commenced. First group 8 o'clock, Samuel led 5 strong clear/help. Silent dark navigation wall feel step count. Intervals, more groups, families together, assisted elderly/children carried, absolute quiet. Cramped/stale/absolute dark terrifying, yet driven freedom end. 9 o'clock 100 entered. Croton acted, lit lamp blinding. Freeze terror / confusion. Croton forward flanked muscle, tunnel narrow midpoint. Stop, echoed. Trapped front / rear. Pistol raised, return quarters. Attempt ends. Unexpected, woman voice rear darkness sang children's month song, river / gourd / promised son. Joined others, dozen soon, overwhelming echo. Muscle nervous, one weapon up, singing louder. Forward steady walk, not rush / attack. Croton ceiling shot deafening, continued singing / advancing. One muscle panicked ran past Croton cellar ward, other followed. Croton alone inexorable approaching wall. Turned flee, panic drop lamp shatter oil ignite flame race ground / up supports. Dry old timber rapid blaze. Second section engulfed. Screams, advance halt front retreat fire, rear push unaware. Smoke fill, heat unbearable, supports crack. Section collapse 30 feet Croton stand, earth / stone tons block total. Ahead groups, first, Samuel / leaders, 17 cut off rear. Chaos dark smoke screams, Samuel forward. River. 17 pushed smoke / heat, heard ongoing collapse / ground shake, unstopped. Reached exit cold night. Boats waited planned. Boarded pushed off current dark downstream. Behind tunnel, 283 trapped. Post-collapse hours 283 fate, haunting American history mystery. Weeks later Philadelphia 17 discovery, tunnel excavation expected hundreds bodies cave in / fire. Cleared collapse, nothing, no bodies / bones / clothing / effects. Beyond empty. Baffled, engineers / miners thorough search route river, nil. As vanished. Theories, fire consume bodies, implausible intense brief, bones remain. Water flood wash, drainage yet dry no marks no active connect. Survivors remove, impossible time / effort nowhere take. Mystery grew Croton building exam, notebooks dozens observations / theory / experiments extent psychological techniques. Final pre-Christmas, erratic entries. Early deck, subjects unexpected coordination. Protocols should prevent collective, yet organization signs. Investigate. Weak, escape route found. Allow controlled observe, unprecedented system limits test. December 24th final barely legible rushed, they not what believed. Conditioning did not. They done something cannot. Tunnel singing sound cannot. Mid-sentence end. Croton body never found, nor muscle. Mystery gripped authorities months. 300 loss huge vance unaffordable, rewards / investigators / multi-state search, nothing. South panic, if 300 locked vanish traceless, system security. Papers wild, North abolitionist plot, ship Caribbean / S. America, supernatural, dismissed. No explained evidence lack. 3 weeks post, 17 Philadelphia hold Meridian Star, Charleston depart 2 weeks prior, emaciated / dehydrated / terrified alive. Fugitive Act Marshals custody. Vance ID reclaim, refused speak him / authorities. Spoke only Quaker abolitionist Margaret Lindsay aid provider. Jail meetings hours stories notes. Documented letters fellow abolitionist published anti-slavery papers, South disputed authenticity. Accounts, 8-month plan suspected, tunnel secret clear, timing calculated, boats contacts. Plan till Croton tunnel appear. Confrontation, lamp / pistol / demand. Spontaneous singing advance despite. Fire collapse. Then fragmented / contradictory. 1E, front near escape heard rear scream cease then singing deeper, same coded children's songs. Like new, plan 2. Collapse not end, part else. Lindsay probe, mean. Planned what? E unexplained, only heard louder echo ongoing collapse. Peter, rear escape group back glance flames, deliberate support pull down, not panic, methodical seal behind. Why seal in? No answer, scene. Sarah Young, pre-Christmas whisper second plan, fragments deep way, masters can't follow. Repeated final days, first fails, deep way. Lindsay documented / letters / papers / testified society's fuel anti-slavery. Contradictory strange, many dismissed exaggeration/fabrication. South claimed invention. 17 Returned Slavery Act, chained SC, not Belmont, Vance fear inspiration, sold scattered. Stories lost. Lindsay lifelong search, nothing definitive. Post-month/years scattered reports suggest some survived freedom. February 1860, Merchant Garrett coastal swamps 15 miles south, recent large camp warm ashes shelters cleared sleep discarded tools, empty gone. Report search, trail vanished swamp vast. Authorities, probable varied runaways, not linked Belmont timing/scale unusual. April 1860, Ferryman Mills Savannah SCGA, night 40 black paid gold, unusual enslaved/free rare. Quiet organized purposeful Northwoods disappear. Sheriff no trace dark gold focused. Dismissed, far how undetected. Gold intriguing source. June 1860, Wilmington NC shopkeeper supplies woman odd accent, much food/blankets/medical cash polite distant. Speech, relearning words. Dismissed farther, speech match treatment altered language/memory struggle. Other reports years, Virginia Road Group, sudden Tennessee Free Community, Appalachian hidden settlement rumors. None confirmed/linked, together suggest some survived/escaped/hid freedom. But 283 trapped. Bodies absent if died. Other route if escaped. Deep way, masters can't follow, mean. March 1861 pre-war, Charleston Mercury package small box wrapped no return, chain Christmas found unlocked arranged. Note elegant script good paper, we not lost. We free and remember. And signed. Article published description/transcript speculate, war loom, secession Fort Sumter soon, mystery fade. Vance war loss, Union occupy 1862 abandon, remaining enslaved freed. Vance financial ruin die 1867 reward ongoing search vain. Croton unseen post eve. Pennsylvania family no SC work knowledge secretive. Credentials probe, fabricated university/papers nil. Croton mystery himself. Tunnel filled 1870 sold property no past reminders. Buildings demolished 1880s land subdivided rice decline. Today small marker site, rice roll Civil War abandon, no disappearance/Croton/300 mention. Story forgotten largely, mystery endures. Historians' theories. Tunnel mass death, straightforward but problems fire brief bones remain thorough exam evidence nil. Later removal implausible logistics. Alternative route, other unmapped drainage branch desperation found emerge distant scatter. Plausible but not explain heard singing/deliberate seal. Extensive underground railroad secret evacuate, hopeful but small slow operations unlikely 300 collapsed. Maroon hidden swamp/mountain community, existed Americas including U.S., dismal swamp. SC/GA swamps refuge. Post reports camp/settlement support. But no evidence post-war emerge. Authority conceal death bodies secret bury minimize embarrassment/inspiration risk. Dark possible cover-ups common, but not explain sightings/package/testimonies. Truth unknown perhaps. One more 1930s evidence, Federal Writers Project ex-slave interviews. 1937 rural GA Helen Crawford elderly, Aunt Bess ADS born slavery. Memories plantation/work/losses. Unusual stories. Pause, pre-war talk plantation everybody walked away SC River. Grandmother, Christmas miracle. Didn't run, walked together. Went masters couldn't follow, masters didn't believe existed. Where? Smile, freedom. Really believe possible, ways nobody else see. More. Grandmother, nothing left lose, unknown strength. Together really, impossible things. Masters misunderstood, break one by one control, but shared suffering shared strength. Interview Library Congress, brief no concrete. But perspective white 1859 ignored, escaped because Croton, not despite. Experiments break individual, created shared trauma binding stronger. Treatment/fear/deaths forged collective unbreakable. Singing, unity declaration together face all. Deep way, not physical, psychological/spiritual collective transformation survive oppressors incomprehensible. Speculation unprovable, but explains bodies absent contradictory accounts scattered sightings. Not just escape, transformed. Existed differently, invisible as property only seen. Think happened Belmont missing. Believe freedom found or other tunnel night. Comment thoughts. Story think history mysteries, share mystery lover, like support, subscribe miss similar. More waiting explore. Mystery unsolved officially. 17 captured Philadelphia returned, war freed most reconstruction chaos unknown lives. Lindsay work death 1879 search vein. Tunnel filled 1870s reminders erased. Croton notebooks donated Charleston stored till 1920s researcher find, full experiment psychological dehumanization, science. But revealed wrong, humans not reducible predictable. Will unbreakable. Despite all, organized hope protected resisted. Final entry realization last moments, not believed, conditioning failed. Humans not machines, humanity freedom fight even desperate. 1861 chain package message clear, not lost, free, remember. All survived freedom communities peace. Unanswered. Important, tried. Oppression crush hope, 300 united impossible attempt month secret risk all. Christmas 1859 walked away chains behind. Collective resistance testament spirit unbroken. Marker silent, all archives newspapers testimonies generations memories questions unanswered. Tunnel Christmas Eve 1859 what? Missing where? Survived how? Masters can't follow, mean. Questions remind history mysteries challenge understanding resist explanation confront knowledge limits. Belmont 1. 300 don't disappear, but perhaps vanished powerfully imagined. Perhaps freedom not destination, being state untrackable unhoundable unrecapturable undestroyable. Perhaps deep way profound transformation invisible property viewers. Real mystery, not gone where, but free became oppressors never grasp undo. Story darkest history, resist hope freedom fight. Think really Christmas night. Believe missing freedom or other explanation. Comment discuss. Enjoyed puzzling disappearance dive, subscribe bell miss forgotten history investigations. Share mystery fan, check on screen more question past known. Next video see. Belmont chains post package never found. SC swamps forests reclaimed plantation, traces perhaps Christmas night remain. 300 don't disappear, but perhaps vanished powerfully imagined. Story together plan bondage walk away, important exact destination. Walking away choosing freedom impossible odds, victory itself. That victory choice moment 300 no more unknown together. Real Belmont story. History forget tried, but we remember.